As you can see from the title, I've completed yet another Let Us Know challenge. This one, it was the Glow Up Challenge. It was 2 weeks, but those were some very intense 2 weeks. I dropped the max T3 for now. I just am kind of lost the desire to do it, to be honest, and I'll go into a little bit more of why I dropped it later on. So basically, there's a few things that are in this program. The first thing is that there is a cardio workout every single day, and during this cardio workout, you will probably be sweating if you choose to do the run during the walk or run minute rest periods like me. And then there's also a 6-minute ab workout, which may only be 6 minutes, but it is really brutal, especially since you don't get any breaks during it. It is something that will just keep on kicking your butt, regardless of how far into the challenge you are, which is a good thing, you know? It's good to be challenged like that. The booty workout is surprisingly nice and is easier compared to the 6-minute ab workout. There is an optional yoga for each day. However, I did do it for as many days as I could, which was the first week I did it for the 5 days, and then the second week I did it for 3 days, which was an improvement on something I needed to address, which was the lack of yoga. And that was something I was able to address with this challenge, as it was something I felt like I was neglecting and I needed to do more of it. Yoga itself has some tough stretches. There's one where it's one hand about a foot in front of that side's foot, while your hand on the other side and your foot on the other side are both in the air. And then there's the half split, which is mostly discomforting for me because I do not have a yoga mat. Instead, I have the hard floor, which can be really uncomfortable on my heel. I think the final workout, I tried putting a towel under and I found that my foot was sliding, so I'm not going to do that again because I'm worried that I'll actually end up hurting myself if I do it that way. I would imagine I probably wouldn't be feeling as much discomfort if I did have a yoga mat, but regardless, there is some really deep stretches in that one. Some where you really have to focus on your breath control because you will feel the burning sensation, especially on that half splits stretch. And then as I did the yoga more, I kind of started to realize certain things about my workout habits that were kind of really eye-opening. I started realizing some of the bad habits that I have. One of these bad habits applies mainly in ab workouts, but happens in other workouts too, where I will have a habit of dropping down and resting too early, or tire out, and then I'll drop and rest for like 1 or 2 seconds, then I'll come back up and resume. But I'm just doing that really fast. And what I mean by that is I'm constantly having to go down and take 2-second rests, which is not good. So once I realized this habit, I pretty much made it my effort to not fall back into those trends, which sometimes does happen now, but it doesn't happen as much. It was during week 1 when I realized this. The meditation, which ends off the yoga, really does take everything into perspective, and it is definitely a positive way to end your workout or start your day if you are someone who prefers to do their yoga in the morning, which is really cool. And something it brought to perspective, which was something that I said I would talk about later, is it brought up my own problem with focusing too much on exercise. Okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be focused on exercise. I think that is a good thing. However, it's something that I've kind of for the last few months, or rather for the whole summer really, I've been living and dying by this, obsessing over, calories and the microstats, fat, protein, sugar, all that. Planning my day around my workouts, which I want these workouts and stuff to help change my life, not literally be my life, if that makes any sense. One of the reasons why I decided to drop the max T3 was, honestly, I wasn't really feeling it anymore, if you know what I mean. I just got really bored with it, and I felt like it was just kind of a monotonous routine. I decided it was best to drop it, especially since with the Lena snow workouts, I spend about an hour working out every day, so there really isn't any need for it. It's kind of unnecessary. I think the biggest challenge for me during this challenge was sort of a mental one. As I mentioned in the K-pop Idol Challenge video that I did about 2 months ago, or 3 months ago at this point, one of the reasons I started working out was as a way for me to counter my depression. It was something that was recommended to me by my therapist. And I'm going to be honest, I was in a very dark place during this challenge. I'm going to keep it a little brief because, I want to still be positive and I don't want it to make it seem like, woe is me and, I'm making excuses and I want everyone to feel bad for me and that sort of thing. I don't want to do that. On Wednesday night in particular, I got these really overwhelming negative thoughts, to put it lightly. It was something that definitely really just sort of broke me. I just felt so overwhelmed and it was a huge morale blow to me. During the end of this challenge, I was actually really close to giving up on the workout. Not just the challenge, but in general, the change in the lifestyle. I just felt really miserable. But that's the thing about this. That sort of thing can really take the passion out of the stuff that you're passionate about, that you enjoy. It is something that can just demoralize you. And the one thing that I've learned from my experience is that this is something that will probably never go away, as much as it hurts to say that. However, from what you can tell right now, I chose not to listen to giving up, and honestly, I am more happy that I finished the challenge and I'm currently in another one, rather than if I just given up and go back to my old ways. This was a mental war for me. And I want to preface this by saying working out is not just the only thing I was giving up on. And I'm really glad I pulled through, because as of right now, I do feel a lot better working out. I do feel like this was, in the end, kind of necessary, as it made me realize something about my own life. If there's one way I could describe how I am in life right now, it is definitely lost. Now, the way I've always kind of lived is I've kind of had big goals, but I've had no plan to achieve them, or I've been living day by day, only planning for today and then maybe tomorrow, but not having any sort of long-term future ahead and not really having any sort of direction on where exactly I'm going to be going in life. So right now, my own life goal is to figure that out. I am sure that I'll figure that out. And the reason why I'm saying this is I hope that this could be, as weird as it sounds, a bit of motivation, even though it's the worst pep talk speech ever. I am not perfect by any means, and I am kind of inspired when you guys say that I inspire you, especially Lena, since you said that in the Summer Body Challenge that I inspired you, which was really, really awesome. You inspire me, so yay. Workout buddies, woo. I get not having motivation to work out, and I can tell you, it is not going to be an easy battle. Trust me, you're going to be glad you kept going. I haven't changed my diet much from the past video, so it's pretty much the same. The only thing I'll mention is enlightened ice cream is pretty good. Oh yeah, I should mention, it is a salmon Alfredo pasta. It actually is really good, better than it sounds, and it is really amazing. I will link that in the description down below so you can go ahead and make that for yourselves. It is the best pasta you will ever have. My results for this challenge were, at the start of the challenge, I was around the 217-ish mark. And then when I finished the challenge, I was around the 214 to 215-ish mark. And obviously 2 pounds, you won't see much of a visual difference. The reason why one looks with higher quality is because that was taken by my friend with his phone. Here is a graph of the changes, and as I said before, the way that weight loss works is it's not just a down spike. It's a bit like a roller coaster, because you're going up, you're going down, you're going up, you're going down, you're going up, you're going down. And as long as the trajectory is on a downward trajectory, then it's good. For example, going 5 pound, the next day you're 4, next day you're 5, next day you're 3.8. That's a really basic example. And Lena, thank you for another amazing challenge. And thank you, Lena, for inspiring me. The talking you do during the stretch yoga is something that has inspired me, and something I have taken to heart, especially since I let those words soak in for those 2 weeks. And not related to anything, I just would like to mention a positive change that I'm making in my life. I'm now doing the Marie Kondo method, which means I'm pretty much going through everything. And I think this is a great way for me to start being more organized. Not related to work on anything, I just want to mention that positive note. And the challenge I'm doing now is the Hourglass Challenge. Now, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you all have a great day.